Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Cryptids and Monsters video. Now this video, it's not necessarily of course something that somebody picked within the recent suggestions. This is more along the lines of a video I'm making because the topic of it is in the news right now, and it's something that everybody should definitely at least hear about when it comes to this particular item on there. Of course, in the past I've mentioned that when it comes to Slender Man, and I've created a video for it in the past, I mentioned that when it comes to him, it's something that I don't really talk about, mainly because it's a work of fiction. It's something that was associated with creepypasta, and all the research that I've done with regards to the Slender Man has all led to that on there, that literally it was just created as a work of fiction by one person on a website that involves creating horror stories of some sort. So that's why I haven't really talked much about it there. But this particular incident, my goodness, it shows again how some people are not able to distinguish fiction from reality. And if you haven't heard the news yet, that's why I'm talking about it here, because I'm including several links to it here as well. Apparently, two 12-year-old Wisconsin girls have stabbed a fellow classmate, and they stabbed her 19 times. And this was out in the woods. And the reason for this is because the two 12-year-old Wisconsin girls mentioned that they were trying to do this as a favor to the Slender Man on there. I mean, you heard that right. That is the real deal. Apparently, these two girls, they go by the name Morgan Geyser and Anissa Weir. They essentially attacked their friend on Saturday morning out in the woods. You have to go up towards Wisconsin City of, I think it's called Waukesha, is what the article stated. And they did this because they intended to kill her to become quote-unquote proxies of the Slender Man. So it makes you wonder, how on earth did these girls decide that the Slender Man, the story of him, is real? Or it also makes you wonder, did they encounter something related to something that was associated with the Slender Man, something that was so profoundly impactful that it seemed 100% real on there? So it's a story that a lot of stuff is still unfolding right now when it comes to that. But with regards to the Slender Man, these two girls, however they did it, that they became convinced that the Slender Man is real, and that apparently they were communicating with him, and that apparently the Slender Man was asking them to kill their friend and to ensure that they could, I guess, again, have some kind of favor or some kind of positive thing done with the Slender Man on there. So, but again, stories are unfolding associated with this particular incident. The two girls, you'll see a picture of them here, by the way. These are the two girls that they're the only ones essentially being held responsible for this crime, and they're being held for attempted first-degree intentional homicide. So it doesn't get more higher than that when it comes to the seriousness of these crimes. So they apparently attacked this 12-year-old friend of theirs, whose name is being withheld apparently because of her minor age. They attacked her, and then they stabbed her again 19 times, and they just pretty much left her in the woods to die. They just left her as is, and they walked away. But somehow this poor girl, this 12-year-old friend of theirs, I mean, she survived, and not only that, but she crawled through the woods up into the road, and that's when she was found by a bicyclist, somebody that was just riding down that road there on their bicycle. They came across this poor girl on there, and that's where everybody, police were later alerted. They asked this 12-year-old girl who did this to her And then that's when she pointed to the two friends, and the two friends, they were arrested, and they haven't done anything else to essentially state that it was not them on there, that it was indeed them. In other words, they are not shifting the blame to anywhere else on there. Now, the reality of this particular incident, again, makes you wonder what on earth convinced these two girls that they should do this when it comes to the Slender Man. I mean, did they encounter something out there? Did they actually come across something with regards to a Slender Man entity that made them wonder that yes, this is something that they should do on there? This is so impactful that even Creepypasta, the website itself, has created a response to this particular incident, and I've included a link for it here. Take a read whenever you have a chance. They stated that, of course, the website does not encourage anybody to commit anything involving these atrocious crimes. And then also they state that this incident again shows what happens when a line of fiction and reality ceases to exist, and someone truly believes that the stories presented on there are cold hard facts. And then in big bold letters, they state right up front, all works presented on this wiki and other sites, including Slender Man, Jeff the Killer, Ben, Sonic.exe, and others, are fictional stories and characters. So there again, they state 100% that anything involving Slender Man is 100% fake, and that anything else that people should believe with regards to the Slender Man is nothing. It's all completely a work of fiction on there. But again, it makes you wonder what happened with these girls. Like, why did they essentially think to themselves that they would do something like this? I mean, one person is enough to think, okay, maybe one person can convince themselves on that part. Maybe they're that deranged. But two people that would convince themselves that they have the notion that something like this truly does exist. Two people, in other words, that's what makes you wonder at that point on there. And you'll also see here what looks to be a napkin, a hand-drawn napkin from one of the girls on there. Basically, she had drawn the Slender Man figure on this napkin on there. Again, she was so absorbed by the Slender Man on there that it incorporated much of her life essentially on there. So I believe it was Morgan Geyser that drew this on her napkin on there. So very, very I guess it shows again how much of an impact this character had on her on there. So has anyone else heard the story yet on there? When I first saw this the other day, I realized that I knew I had to create a video about this in response, so that way everybody could, I guess, input your own thoughts and suggestions on this. But sure enough, when it comes to something involving the Slender Man, here we have an incident like this just happening in real life. I mean, this is real. This really happened the other day, and now we have stories, of course, unfolding more and more associated with how this happened, and how the girls essentially got so warped into thinking that this entity was real enough so that they had to commit this really heinous crime, so that way they could appease it on there. So anyways, check out the links whenever you have a chance. Any updates that I have, I'll be sure to post them here for everybody. So alright, thanks again everybody, take care.